Hey Brynn, it's Mike Hoover making you a little birthday video, and I tried to think what I should get you this year, and I decided that what you need is help with your marketing because I have looked at your stuff and it could use some work. Let's start right here with your own web page, and it looks pretty good actually. Doesn't look bad. Got some nice plants and scenery and a picture of the Capitol and the dome. And then we go down here, and one of the things I noticed right away is it says more information coming soon, and that is a total lie because you have no more information coming. I've been checking this out for a while because I got nothing better to do, and it has looked like this for a while. So I don't know whether you're enjoying living this lie or not, but I think it's time for that part to go. But then I get to this part about the ceiba, the national tree of Guatemala and the Peace Corps and all of that, and that's all fine, but really you should take that out too. It doesn't add anything unless you're going after that coveted Guatemala Peace Corps demographic in Western Washington, which actually, come to think of it, is probably a pretty big demographic. Still, there's just not a lot to it, so let's just move on and go to one of Martin's inspired web pages, and I use the term inspired loosely. It's actually pretty nice as far as it goes. We've got pictures of you and him. But one thing I have to do as your marketing manager is be brutally honest. And it is brutal honesty time here. Okay, are you ready for this, Brynn? It is time to stop letting certain dead weight drag you down. What am I talking about? You know what I'm talking about. It is time to cut ties with certain things that aren't working or performing quite as well as they should and move on to something else. And that's something else, Brynn. That something else is you. Yep, it's all you, baby. It's all you. It's always been you. You know it. I know it. The world knows it. Who else knows it? Oh, I don't know. How about some celebrities like these? Yeah, not bad for my first day, right? Boom. We're going to redo the entire web page, slap all this on, but best of all, we're going to add a video testimonial. So take a look at this. Also, boom. Fancy Lad has been the premier organization for trust fund babies and kept men in the state of Washington since at least the early 1980s. What a lot of people don't understand is the unique challenges that kept men face, and Washington law in particular is incredibly unfriendly to your kept man. We approached a lot of lobbyists, spoke to a lot of people. None of them would help us. None of them could help us. None of them seemed to get us. We went to Brynn. We told her our problems. She listened, and she said, "I'll handle that shit." I don't want to swear on camera, but that's literally what her brochure says. I will handle that shit. And she did. Brynn made it clear that she had a methodology. She understood the legislative process, and if we just let her handle that shit, everything would be fine. And she was a master. I mean, from start to finish, she would commonly amend things only to strike them later in some kind of complicated system. I mean, everybody else was playing checkers and she was playing three-dimensional chess, is I think a fair way to describe it. She shifted our paradigms. She made us lean and mean. She was mean, actually. She was very mean. Brynn told us at the first meeting that she wasn't going to help us with a bill. She was going to help us with a lifestyle. And I remember nodding at the time and leaving that meeting thinking, yes, yes, somebody gets us. Once Brynn heard that money was no object for the fancy ladders, she sprang into action. She did so much for us, and she billed us for all of it, and God bless her for it. I remember one time I called Brynn early in the morning, so she was pretty sober, and we kind of had a tussle, I'm not going to lie to you, and I said to her, "Brynn, I think you don't like us very much." And I'll never forget this. I'll never forget. She said, "No, I don't like you, but I'm not selling you. I'm selling your bill." And that always stuck with me because I never knew what it meant. Martin Flynn, Martin was around. Martin had very strong views on the whole endeavor and made it clear that he wanted no part of it. Martin was very much behind the scenes. He made it clear that he would be with us in spirit, and he would be there to cash any checks we chose to send his way. And in that way, we sort of reached a place where we were both comfortable. I'll never forget the advice that the prior president of the Fancy Ladders gave to me, Sir Rugglesworth III. He looked me in the eye and smiled, as only Sir Rugglesworth can, and he said to me, "Whatever you do, never stop fighting. Never stop fighting for our organization's right for men to be kept in extravagant lifestyles without ever having dirtying their hands or lifted a finger to help anyone." And I think I have, and Brynn has helped me with that. What I would say to anyone is, if you have a problem and you have a lot of money and you don't understand the legislative process and you're willing to be yelled at 3 a.m. by your lobbyist and then speak with her the next day and have her have no memory of that conversation but still come to work with a smile on her face, Brynn is your woman.